Hey, buddy. Hey, you. Do you want to help me make some biscuits? You want to be my sous chef? Let's make some biscuits. So we're going to make some biscuits. This is a recipe I got from my friend Kate while I was in university. Uses a lot of white things. It's milk, shortening, sugar, flour, and baking powder. I have my oven set preheating between 425 and 450. I have my pan all prepped. It's just time to put the ingredients together. The first 4 ingredients I can do in any order I want. What do you think, buddy? Should I put the flour in first? Yeah? Okay. I always sift my flour because in transport, whether it's by sea lift or by plane, the flour can get really condensed and we want our biscuits nice and fluffy. Right, buddy? I'm doing a triple batch today. So this is 6 3/4 cups of flour. Man, that's satisfying. Look at that tower. Next. All right, 1/4 cup of baking powder, 3/4 cups of sugar, and 1.5 cups of shortening. Now it's time to mix. So I'm going to start with 2 cups of milk and go from there. What's tricky with this recipe is you don't want to add all of your milk at once because you can add too much. It's kind of finicky and depends on the day. Sometimes you need a whole lot of milk and sometimes you only need half. It's kind of interesting. You're going to fold that in gently. You want a dough it's not quite like bread dough. It'll still be a little tacky, a little sticky, but it shouldn't stick to your fingers. You just want to fold that in. Folding means you go underneath and flip it all over. And then you turn your bowl and do it again. Okay, definitely need some more milk. As per usual with most of my recipes, I'm probably going to switch to my hands soon. I'm going to get the first 2 cups of milk in first, because then I won't have to touch things with my messy hands. Right, Seb? Yeah. Alright, I have my other cup of milk poured. What I don't need, I'm just going to drink. Let's see how it's getting. It's sticking together better. It's still a little too sticky in some places and too dry in others. Keep that folding going. I love baking. I can get my hands in there. It's all the better. You don't want to overwork this though. You gotta be very careful. I don't know that we're gonna need all of this milk. We're getting closer. If you find that it gets way too sticky and still feels really wet, like right now, you can hear it. You can hear how wet some parts of the stove are. You just add a bit more flour. No big deal. Dough hand. Ah! This is just about there. It's sticking together really well. There don't seem to be that many dry places. Yeah, take it all off my hand and go again. There's a few dry bits down here, but not too bad. Just hesitant to add any more milk right now. Seb's playing with a spoon. I think I need just a touch more milk. Yes, Seb. These are for you. Oh, there goes your spoon. I'm gonna get you another one. Hold on. So the dough is holding together really well. It's not like bread dough where it's going to spring back at you because you're not kneading it, not really. You're just making sure that the milk is all worked through. And there's no yeast in this, obviously. But yeah, I think this is good. Actually, I'm just going to take the dough and make my biscuits. So I don't feel like fighting with a rolling pin today. We have a very, very little rolling pin. And someday, I'll have a great big one. But for now, I just have my little one. I'll probably show you after. So I'm just going to make some abnormal shaped biscuits here. I don't mind. You can have them touching, it doesn't really matter. I'll probably end up making these ones touch after. Have a biscuit cutter. It's a really nice one. It's made out of wood. I bought it at the Boise's Farmers Market in Fredericton. It was one of their smaller sizes because that's what I could afford at the time. But that's back in New Brunswick with my parents. Because we didn't know when we came north how long we would be here. And when you get hired in the north, at least as a teacher, the kind of rule of thumb is if it goes north, it stays north, because it can cost a lot of money to send stuff back down south. And since when we initially came to Baker Lake, I was only on a year contract, so we didn't want to send some of my more special baking things, not that I have that many, so that was one of the things that stayed. I think someday I'd like to go back to the Boise's Farmers Market, and I hope that they're still selling. I want to get one of their bigger biscuit cutters, and they have these amazing rolling pins, and I think it's all handmade or made with a lathe, I'm not sure, but they have beautiful kitchen supplies, and I would love to own them. Yeah, and then you could learn to cook with them too. Hey, Baba? Are you going to be a baker? Oh, my man, look at his face. Are you going to be a baker? I love you. He's so cute. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, I've got all the biscuits touching so far. I'll show you guys a shot when I am done filling this pan. I finally was able to buy a reusable a reusable silicone baking sheet. Only it's not silicone. I don't know what it's made of. But I was just getting tired of buying parchment paper over and over again. I do use a fair amount of reusable products when I can, but for the main reason for me is that I don't want to spend money over and over again. That's why we started using beeswax wraps. I do have some to wash right now because I don't want to spend money all the time on stuff that we use all the time. I don't have like reusable lunch bags yet, like the reusable Ziploc, or you know what I mean? Those kind, I think they got them in silicone, but I am looking into getting them because we happen to have the means at this point in our lives that we can afford that, and I'd like to stop spending money on things that we use all the time. It's just easier for me anyway. Right, Sam? Right. Like that's why, just the cost of everything. That's why we use reusable diapers. It's why I use reusable pads now. What else do we use? Oh, the beeswax wraps. I don't know. Just doing what I can. And if it helps the planet in the meantime, cool. Did you drop all your toys? Here. You can play with this. I haven't done a lot of baking lately, but when I do, or when I'm cooking a big supper and Seb's awake, I usually pop him in his high chair and give him kitchen things to play with. I've given him like Tupperware containers and lots of wooden spoons. Look at this guy. He's so cute. goodness. I'm going to hate myself in editing. My goodness, this is a long clip, isn't it? Oh, well. I'll not hate myself. Be like, why did I just keep talking while I was cooking? Oh, well. I don't talk to the camera all that much. And I've discovered in this whole journey, doing voiceovers or putting the text in takes a long time. So I'm going to try to talk to the camera more, whether I'm behind it or in front of it, just so I don't have to keep superimposing text. Made Mama jump. That was scary and loud. So I don't have to superimpose text over my videos. You dropped all your toys, bud. Don't really want to keep giving you some. I will, because I love you, but when it's on the floor, I can't just give it back to you. So I gotta clean my floors again sometime. It's really hard with 2 dogs, keeping the floor clean. Part of me would love to have a Roomba, but Luke makes the valid point that we don't know how the dogs would react to the Roomba. And I know people are like, oh, you can set it for the middle of the night. Our dogs are in during the night, and if they react badly to it, it will just not be a good time, and I don't want them to break it or some fool thing. Oh, we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. These floors really do need a scrub. Oh, I started working on Seb's NICU journey video this week, and I cried a lot. That video will have a lot of tears in it because, like, just seeing it all again really took a lot out of me that one day, and I haven't worked on it since that one day, but it's been almost a year now. His birthday is in less than 2 weeks, and I can't even believe it. I can't believe how far he's come. I ran out of room on my pan, so I'm just making up a few more for the next round. Well, I guess I could inch these ones together a bit more. Let's fit 2 more on there. Yeah. Are you getting upset? Are you ready to go play something else? All right, Seb's ready to come out. I'm gonna put these in for between 12 and 15 minutes, and I'll show you when they come out. The place where I got the biscuit maker is called Joe's Woodworking, and it's also where I got my amazing cooling rack. Oh my goodness. So these are very light biscuit. Like, they're not gonna look as done on top. See how they're nice and light brown in some places. But if you look underneath, it should be this color. Yum. Et voila! 5 more to bake. These are Kate's biscuits. Yum.